All right, guys. So we're gonna get started a while. My name is Michael Orta. I'm a coach in the 100K Video Club series, and today the topic of conversation that I'm going to be going over is consistency over perfection. That is something I have personally struggled with. When I started as an agent, I didn't really do a lot of social media, and when I started to adopt it, I would always find myself running into a wall of I hate the photo, I hate the video, I hate how my voice sounds and all that stuff. So I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but the goal is to hopefully overcome most of the fear. I can't promise we're going to completely eliminate it, but as long as I can minimize that fear and help you guys get started, I'll take it as a win today. So let's go over on who I am and why am I presenting to you guys. So my name is Michael Orta. I'm a real estate team leader located in Lebanon County, Pennsylvania. Just to give a little bit of context on location, if you guys are familiar with Hershey, Pennsylvania, we're about like 25 minutes east of Hershey, PA. I started a real estate team 3 years ago. I've been in the business a total of 7 years now. And we've been blessed to be number one in our local county 3 years in a row. My team and I, we work hard. We've embraced social media. We've embraced video, and I encourage all my team members to do so. Um, Lifetime, we've sold a little over 500 homes. We've sold over $100 million in real estate. Um, and the goal of what my team and I do in our local market share is just to advocate for home ownership, and we also help a lot of real estate investors in our area as well. So that's a little bit on me. So again, welcome everyone. Thank you for taking your valuable time out of the day to be here with me. Again, this is the 100K Video Club series, and the goal is to be an advocate for you guys to hopefully get a little more comfortable in front of the camera, embrace video, embrace content. That way you guys can continue to build your brand. Of course, we're collaborated with Social Realtor. They are the individuals that help me with my social media content, but more on them a little later. We're going to get into the presentation. Perfect. Let's go over what we're going to get today. Again, I can't completely eliminate the fear of standing in front of a camera and talking to it, but hopefully, if we can make a mindset shift, you guys can at least embrace it a little bit more and have fun with it. Um, so, three mindset shifts that help me stop overthinking video is going to be topic number one. How to push past perfectionism and why consistency equals competitive edge. Those are the topics that we're going to go over today. So I have the caption here. This is painful. And I'm sure, again, some of you guys may, relate to that because when I started, that's what I would say to myself. This is painful. This is uncomfortable. Again, I have down here, I hate how I look, sound on camera. I redo videos at least 10 times and still don't post it. I overthink every single word before I even hit the record button. I still do this. Again, the faster you embrace this, guys, the easier social media content's gonna get. When I play back videos and I hear how I sound, how I look, sometimes I don't like it. And that's okay. You're not gonna like every single video that you put out, but at the end of the day, as long as you're doing it, as long as you're consistent, you're gonna be ahead of the competition. Video redoing your videos, I don't think is a bad thing, to be honest with you, as long as you guys end up just following through with posting it. Repetition is going to make you guys get a lot better with this. And there was a commercial listing that I recorded myself last Wednesday, and I hit the record button, I think like 10 times. I kept stumbling over my words. I named the building the completely wrong name as I was wrapping up the video. I was like, oh, that's a good one. And then I looked back and noticed, oh, shoot, I totally named the building something completely different. So again, I repped it out. I ended up getting it right. And now we're editing the video and posting it. Did it take a lot of reps? Yes, but that's okay. That's part of the process. Overthinking every single word is also a mistake, in my opinion. Scripts are okay, but as long as you guys hit the record button, that's where the practice comes in. I don't know what the mindset shift of Once you see the little camera light on, it's like you're frozen. And you're like, oh no, the camera's watching me and I don't know what to say. Just talk, have the conversation, get comfortable with speaking. That way you start to flow. You're warming up. It's like you're in the gym. You don't go straight to the heavy weights. You warm up, you get your body ready. It's the same thing with video, at least for me, right? When I start hitting the record button in the beginning of let's say a listing walkthrough, I stumble a lot. And at the end of the day, it's okay. Once I get warmed up, I'm hitting the intro, I'm hitting the walkthrough through the house, I'm hitting the outro a lot more smoothly than the beginning because I'm all warmed up and I'm comfortable and I'm ready to go on camera. I don't know if you guys have watched the Netflix series Too Hot to Handle. That's how I handled this because that's the goal with you guys. You guys want to be on fire. You guys want to be exciting on camera. You want to be putting out content that people are attracted to. Confidence, people can perceive that on camera. If you're in front of the camera and you're shy, you're reserved, and that's just your nature, you got to flip the switch. The camera's on. It's time to perform. You don't have to be obnoxious about it, but add a little bit of excitement behind your tone when you're doing video. I think that's going to help translate that confidence into the consumer. I had a team member the other day, she did her buyer consult. I think she did great. But then here's a little bit of feedback that I gave her. Let's say you keep the exact same buyer consultation, right? And you have a person who's not confident, and then you have a person who's confident, but you have the exact same buyer consultation. Who's going to resonate more with the client? It's going to be the confident person. So that's the same thing with video, right? You can have the exact same script. You can say it while being unconfident, and then you can pitch it to the camera and say it with a lot more confidence. And this is going to resonate more with the person watching the video. Attracting inbound leads. When I started doing video and more social media, my business, 7 years ago, started picking up rapidly. Um, I would constantly get DMs. I would constantly interact with people. Um, I didn't go straight into video. I just want to make sure you guys know that. I started with posting photos, then I started with stories, then I started with video. So as long as you guys at least give an attempt, maybe just to put a photo and then from a photo, throw up a story, and then it's time you put that first short form content out. You're going to start getting a little more interactions, a little more chat with your audience. I'm not going to say every person you talk to on social media is going to use you, but they might know someone that may want real estate services. So creating that back and forth interaction with your audience is going to be really important. Um, the third point that I want to make here, feeling proud by progress, not paralyzed by perfection. For me, when I started, I felt like I wanted to see everything perfect. And the fact of the matter is, no one here is perfect. Oh, hold on, someone's coming in. Perfect. All right. Now we have a seventh person in the group. Welcome. Moving on. Going back to the progress, not paralyzed statement. Analysis paralysis is a thing, right? If you're sitting there and you just want that one content to be perfect, it's going to get to you, right? Embrace the progress. If you go from posting a photo to doing your first story, that's a big win, right? Piggyback off of that. Do 2 stories the following day. Do 3 stories. Now, suddenly, if you're like me, I post stories all the time, right? I mean, if I'm out to eat, I'm posting a story. If I'm out with my team members, I'm posting a story, right? I keep people informed on what's going on through my day, regardless if it's just business nonstop. I keep it very personal, right? The people that know me in my local market, they know I love food. They know I love my whiskey. They know I love my cigars. They know I'm a big anime person, hence the Dragon Ball Z mural that my wife painted for me in the back, because I post all of that on social media. Might be a little obnoxious at times, but that's just me, and that's how I like to do it. Next slide. So my original story. When I started, I was wasting hours trying to make everything perfect. Lighting, background, scripts, multiple takes. Nothing ever felt ready. But 2 years later, after I attempted my first, video, I finally posted more videos. The one story I like to share is I felt like I was ready the one day, and I hired a videographer. I was like, hey, I'm gonna make my first video and it's gonna be awesome. So I remember I was at my desk. I sat down. The lady was there with the camera, and she said, "Go." And this is what I did. I just sat there awkwardly looking at the camera. To this day, I have yet to post that video. It took, oof, it's painful to say. It took hours of me staring at that camera and just being frozen. I don't know what it was about the camera. I don't know if, it was her making eye contact with me, but I didn't know what to say. I couldn't get my words out. I had no creativity to the point where she was trying to ask me questions and then she would hit record because she was just at that point trying to have a conversation with me and she was trying to get clips of me. Um, that's how my first video went. I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but it's intimidating, man. Now, instead of looking at that and saying, "Oh, that was a failed attempt," I would slightly adjust it and say this: if I wouldn't have done that and put myself outside of the comfort zone, I wouldn't have been ready for the second time, or the third time, or the fourth time, or all of the videos that we've done. It was that one specific moment where I forced myself to get really uncomfortable that led to all the other videos. Or at least that's how I look at it, right? I've never posted it, and I probably will never post it unless maybe we do a poll and everyone votes to see the video. Maybe then I'll post it. Um, but again, now my team and I, we're running around town. We're doing business highlights. We're doing video tours of the properties. We're doing random videos on topics. And they're still not perfect, but we're doing all the repetitions to stockpile. Oh, is that a dog? Hello, dog. Sorry, distracted. um, but yeah, again, just back to it. It's just the repetitions, right? That first video that I never posted, it was like day one in the gym. Day two gets easier. Day three gets easier, and so on and so forth. You got to get the reps, and then you're going to get comfortable with this. Promise. If you guys want to stop me at any point and you want to chat, please do, by the way. The turning point for me, I started to hit publish on a raw, unscripted video. No scripts, no edits, no perfection. Results, DM, engagement, momentum, and more importantly, confidence. I think out of all of that, business is great, momentum is great, but I think the main key component here is confidence. Like I said previously, if you're giving confidence through the camera to your audience, I think that speaks a lot louder than someone who's unconfident. So you don't need all this fancy lighting. You don't need all of the bells and whistles that you see these Instagram video experts using. If you look at my setup, this is my MacBook. I have no lights. I have a Dragon Ball Z mural, and that's it. You don't have to overthink it. Sometimes you just have to get creative. You see opportunity throughout your day. You say, oh, I want to make a video on that. Just do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't need a specific kind of phone or a specific kind of camera. You can just use your phone. iPhone, phenomenal camera. Hello. See, she's using content. She's doing it already. Way to go. Um, so yes, once you're getting your videos out, guys, with that, I'll say my story has been just that DMs, the conversations that then came from said videos, said content. That's when the business started really doing this. My first, Rosanna's the best. I agree. She already got her camera out. So, when I was it 3, 4 years into the business, I was a solo agent for most of my time. And I was getting so freaking busy, man. I mean, social media was where most of my business was coming from. It was very organic. I didn't spend any ads. I didn't spend any Zillow leads or anything like that. It was all Sphere. And, I was able to close 80, 90 transactions over the years annually. So it's a powerful tool, right? And when you think about it, it's free. You don't have to pay anyone to post a video. You can just post it on social and you're done. Right? It's a free tool, guys. So we gotta buckle down and we gotta get to it. Oh, hold on. There we go. Why I do this. The first one's a given. I'm not here to be famous. I'm here to build trust. Visibility builds trust, and trust builds business. I think when you are authentically presenting yourself on camera, it resonates with people. I don't know if you guys would agree or not, but people they can see past the fluff, right? If you're trying to put on some different kind of persona on social media, you're trying to create this fake identity, and then people meet you in person, then they start to realize, oh, this is not what we saw online. That's a thing, right? You can't let what is it, the identity crisis come into play. Be authentic, be yourself. I mean, I've pointed at this mural many times. I'm a big anime guy. I'm a nerd. I like my video games. I collect Pokemon cards with my kids. Believe it or not, I can connect with people based off of that, right? So you don't have to overcomplicate how you can connect with people. I'm sure each one of you has specific hobbies that other people are also interested in, right? Post about that. Be yourself. Show people who you truly are because you're going to connect with the right people. They're going to want to do business with you. It's going to attract, positives attract. No, wait, positive and negatives attract, but you get what I'm saying. Busting 3 video myths. You need perfect lighting and production. Wrong. You need to say something profound every time. Wrong. I've stumbled over my words many times already. It's okay. People are judging you. Spoiler, they're not. They're scrolling. That's a given, guys. People's attention span on social media is really freaking short. No one's sitting there staring at your one video, your one photo, and just cracking up. And if they are, whatever. Unless they're telling you, then yeah, that sucks. But um, don't, don't get uncomfortable in regards to how people react to your stuff. The internet, I don't know if you guys have noticed, can be a little mean at times, but it is what it is, man. People are always going to have their own opinions. People probably don't like most of my stuff, and that's okay. I still post about me collecting Pokemon cards, me eating food all the time, because that's who I am. I'm attracting the right people that I'm going to do business with. And that's really all I care about. The negative people that have negative comments, that's okay too. They're allowed to have those comments because I'm over here, I'm busy, and I'm connecting with the right people. That is what it is. All right. So going back to what we're covering today. Oh, hold on. I see a chat. Oh, yes. I guess I should answer questions, right? So question number 1, you close that many deals using social media? Yes. Yes. I've always done a lot on social media, mainly Facebook. I've always tried to do a little bit of Instagram, a little bit of TikTok. It's not for me. I don't know how to dance or do any of that stuff for TikTok. Rosanna knows TikTok. I can see her dancing. um, but yeah, Facebook, man, Facebook's the given.
Facebook, I'm in Facebook.
You like Facebook, Rosanna?
That's the only one I can do. I'm not an Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok's okay. Yeah, I mean,
Melissa, talk to Melissa. She's good.
Melissa's phenomenal. Yeah, I mean, she's great on social media. Yeah, she's a killer. For me, Um, I've noticed that since partnering with Social Realtor, I'm on all my platforms now. So now I don't have to manually input all my stuff. That's a little tip for you guys. I can go from Facebook, YouTube, even Google. I think they do Google. Um, I said TikTok, Instagram, essentially all the platforms, right? So that's something I've always wanted to do. I always wanted to buckle down on YouTube. And only now this year did I actually start. So again, you have lots of social media platforms, right? Use it. Are you getting Facebook business from originally? The way I was getting my business on Facebook was very simple. It was stories and posts. I try to connect with people. I try to keep it very authentic. I share wins, I share losses, and I think that then resonated with people a little better. Um, I'll share a story. I'm sure most of you can relate to this, but when you go to a listing appointment, sometimes you're competing, right? You're trying to earn the business, you're trying to connect with the client, you're trying to earn the opportunity to sell their home. I went into this listing appointment expecting to do that. So I came prepared with my folder. I was ready to do my thing. And she stopped me and she said, hey, Just so you know, we've been following you on social. We know who you are, and we absolutely love what we see already. Let's get our home sold. So I was like, oh, well, that saved me half an hour. So we signed the contracts, got it up, sold it, and and they were able to build their new home. So, that's a little story that I'll share of how powerful social media can be and how being your authentic self can translate into someone's living room. You know what I mean? I sat down ready to give them my spiel. They didn't want to hear anything of it. They were like, no, we don't want to hear that shit. We just want to sign the contract. Right? I like those. So again, that's the power of social media, guys. You got to get on it. Not saying you got to dive right into video, but again, that was off of just, images, some stories, maybe a little bit of stories on the or video on the stories, but it's a powerful tool. We'll leave it at that. What we're covering today, three mindset shifts to help you. Number one, start posting more. Comparable to the gym, the more reps you do in the gym, the better you perform, right? When I started working out, I was a very small individual. I didn't really have a lot of muscle on me. I was always very skinny, but I was able to be very consistent into the gym to the point where I was able to do a bodybuilding competition. I don't, I not anymore, but back then I was able to do that. Um, that was um, the consistency behind it, right? So comparing it to video, the more reps you do, the more stories you do, the more videos you do, you guys are going to get better at it, drastically better, right? If you're doing video, let's say you set a goal to yourself to do, let's say, one story every day for the year. That's 365 videos that you did, right? A story a day doesn't sound that difficult, but it stockpiles over time, and you guys are going to get much better at it as you do more of it. To stress less. I'm always stressing, man. Every time, every time I want to do like a short or a reel, it is what it is. You got to embrace the stress. It's not going to go away. And for those that don't feel the stress when you do video, good for you. I don't like you because I get stressed when I do video. Um, but I've come to embrace it. It being uncomfortable is normal in our business, especially when you go to meet someone for the first time. It's uncomfortable or can be. Um, but the more you do it, the better you get at it, right? The stress doesn't go away completely, but if you can reduce it, it'll help you be a little more consistent with what you want to do on your content side of the business. The third point, being consistent. That's a given, guys. I mean, the gym analogy has been used many times in the presentation. The more consistent you are, the better you get, right? The more reps you do, the higher your bench goes. The more reps you do, the better you perform on video. The more confident you perceive yourself on video. You got to be consistent with it, and then you're going to get better. Next, shift number one, done is better than perfect. Aim for consistent sevens out of 10, not the rare occurrence of a 10 out of 10. By the time that individual that's waiting for that perfect video finally completes it and they post it, you're going to be miles ahead of them because you're just posting. You're being consistent. You're not being overwhelmed by perfectionism. No one's perfect, guys. Even those Instagram guys that post their videos, I'm sure they can sit there and pick it apart, right? But for us, we're like, whoa, these guys are consistently pumping out beautiful videos. You don't have to consistently pump out crazy videos. As long as you're pumping out consistent 7 out of 10s, you're building up a good video base for your audience. For me, I rarely post a 10 out of 10. I mean, for me, I like to record videos on my camera. I like to keep it raw. I like to keep it authentic. Sometimes if we do like a business video tour, I'll take my GoPro, which I don't have here. I was going to show you guys it. It's called a DJI Osmo. So it's like a gimbal thing, but it's a nice handheld. I get mic'd up, and then we do a nice video tour to highlight businesses or even our listings. But for the most part, dude, I'm just trying to crank out content. I don't really care for it to be a 10 out of 10 all the time. Quantity builds clarity and confidence. This is day one in the gym. Again, you guys are going to hate me. I'm going to keep saying the gym throughout the whole presentation, but I feel like it's relatable. Um, do stories, highlights of your days, share hobbies. Personally, again, I've said this as well. I post lots of food content. I love, posting my hobbies. I feel like that then allows me to connect with individuals. So again, whatever your guys' hobbies are, let's say it's baking, let's say, I don't forget now, whatever you guys like to do, make content around it, post it. And once you see those people starting to engage with you, that's going to motivate you to keep pumping more out because you're like, ooh, I'm starting to relate with people. This is fun. You can make content fun, guys. You can make video fun. This doesn't have to be stressful. I think this is something you guys can embrace and have fun with it. Shift number two, start with stories, not scripts. Being personal versus being polished. Personally, I do a little bit of both. Sometimes, like I said, I keep it very raw. I got my photo out. I'm just, taking snapshots of the day. Sometimes I do like videos to be a little bit polished, right? Sometimes I'm sitting out in my office with the ring camera and the ring light, and I want things to look a little more sharp. Um, it just depends. If you don't want to go all in and have like the ring light and the professional setup, you don't have to do all that stuff. Just be personal, keep it raw, keep it authentic. Talk to your audience, not at them. Connecting with your audience is going to elevate your video game, your social media game to a higher level. The more you start connecting with people, it's going to potentially lead to more business. The more business you get, I don't know about you guys, but more business gets me really excited. So it makes me want to do more of it. The story of what I shared regarding my listing lead, dude, I left there with a big smile on my face. Yes, because I got the listing, but because someone was able to relate with me while I'm sitting in a stranger's house on their couch, right? They were talking about my wife. They asked about how my kids are. Like, that was a nice conversation to have, right? I mean, you go in there and you always gotta pitch yourself and sell it and like, oh, you gotta work for me because I'm the best. No, we just had a very open conversation. We talked about family. We talked about even hobbies. They enjoy food, so that's something obviously we can relate with. Um, but again, I highlighted some more points there. I connected with people in the Pokemon community. I've connected with. Um, oh, this is a good story. I was at Settlement once, and I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have tattoos just on my arms. And I have anime characters, my favorite anime characters on my arms. So the seller, who I was not representing at the time, we were at settlement, and as soon as he saw my tattoos, he jumped out of his seat. He's like, "Can I see that?" I don't know what he was pointing at. He was pointing at my arms, and he saw some of my tattoos. Right, and this is someone I've never met at settlement. His realtor sitting next to him, and him and I are just chopping it up about anime, and we were having a good old time at settlement. Granted, not my client, but that's an example. We were able to talk about just mutual interests, right? So why wouldn't I just post it on social media, right? If I'm able to have conversations like that in person with someone I've never met, throw it up on social media, and you'd be surprised on who maybe interacts with you just based off of your interests. I posted a tattoo idea the other day on my story, and I was able to get 3 DMs, right? It was a sketch. Found it on Google. I liked the artwork. I put it on my story, and I was able to have 3 conversations in my DMs. Is it going to lead to real estate? I don't know, probably not. But again, that's an example. I was able to have 3 conversations with people that I've never spoke to. Where are you? Wait, did we do this one? Yeah, we did that one. Perfect. Shift number 3, commit to a frequency, not a feeling. Don't wait for motivation, set a schedule. In regards to holding yourself accountable, I think accountability is going to be a main thing to talk about. If you have a goal to post multiple videos a week, schedule it, make it a priority, get it on the calendar. If it's not on the calendar, I'll speak for myself. It's probably not going to get done. The last 2 weeks, I think I've slacked off. I'll hold my right hand up and say I'm accountable to that. Mother's Day just happened. My wife just graduated. We had a lot going on, but still, this week, getting back to it. Videos are going to go back on the calendar and we're going to get right back to it. Um, again, calendar, time block, make time for it. Make it, like New Year's resolutions. I think I put it, yeah, I have it in here. I don't know why, but I feel like people only want to set New Year's resolutions at the beginning of the year versus just setting a lifestyle goal permanently, right? You don't have to hit the refresh button every year. If you guys have a reasonable goal that you think is achievable year over year, set it, hold yourself accountable. You don't have to wait till the new year to start over again. If you guys want to have any ideas in regards to how to schedule content, ChatGPT for me has been very helpful. For example, I can put in a prompt and say, hey, I want to talk about Lebanon County. I want to highlight, let's say, businesses, things to do, write out a 30-day plan for me. I want to post 2 videos a week. It'll give you a set schedule for the month. It'll give you 30 days that you can follow within seconds. You, you guys don't have to overthink it. Utilize the platforms that you have so that you can leverage it and implement it into your business. Post like it's your job because it is. I think for us, you need to be on social media because that's just the way the market's moving, in my opinion. Um, if you're not doing video, if you're not marketing houses on social via video or anything like that, it might rub people off the wrong way, but I think you're doing a disservice to your client. Um, Video is going to be really freaking important to get properties marketed. I have a few listings coming up. I have everything pre-recorded. We're editing it so that once we go live, we're firing it off and we're getting as much exposure to that property as possible. That 3-point plan of just getting a sign in, putting on the MLS, and waiting for it to sell, that's not going to work for all eternity. You're going to have to add a few more steps on how you want to proceed with marketing your clients' properties and just doing business in general. The reps make you fear smaller. You're going to be a pro the more reps you put into your content. Again, I am repeating myself, but it's a given. Uh, Title is calling me. Nope, all good. Handle it. What else do we got? The collaborative advantage. We've gone over quite a few things today. I want to kind of point it back towards the video club. This isn't a solo game. You know, we have a few people here in the room today, and I again want to thank you guys for taking the time to join me today. Um, like I said, I don't do presentations often, so I hope you guys had kind of a good time today. But again, for the most part, you know, this isn't a solo game. You guys have me as a resource. You guys have one another as a resource. If you want to brainstorm or even collaborate, you know, let's leverage one another. Um, Feedback, accountability. I'm happy to be an accountability buddy. I'm a pain in the ass. I don't know if you guys want that, but I'm here for you. Help each other with wins. We usually do a Friday win post every week. It's either Sal, myself, or Melissa. We post it on there and we're like, hey, let's share some wins. Let's hold, you know, the spirits high. Let's end the week off with a win. And we like to kind of come together and just spitball some wins that we've had. Sometimes I don't have a lot to post. Sometimes it's like win for the week. I made fun of Sal. That's my win for the week. Um, Sometimes it's vice versa too. Um, Again, we try and have fun with content, guys. We're trying to have fun in the group. We're trying to make this interactive with one another. I think there's something here. We were able to grow the group, I'd say, fairly quickly in a very short amount of time. We're going to keep having multiple presentations like this. I want more people on them because at the end of the day, I think strength comes with numbers, and looks like we're starting to have some numbers here. So we're off to a good start. Fast track to momentum. Dude, I told you, man, talking makes my throat dry. Apologies. Let tools handle the back end. Focus on your shooting. Your audience gets consistent content. You get visibility that compounds. I'll walk you through what I do. I personally record my videos either on my DJI Osmo or my iPhone. Depending on what style of video it is, I send it out to Social Realtor with their new platform, by the way. You can upload it directly to their platform. You log in, there's a upload media button. You drop the file in, you send it off to them and say, hey, I want a short reel. I did this. This is the idea. They'll edit it and they'll post it on all your platforms. Out of sight, out of mind. That's what I mean by leveraging tools. Let's say you want to start a little beforehand and you want to know, okay, well, how do I come up with video topics? Can social media? Oh, of course. Yes, Sue. I'll send it to you. I'll shoot it to you via text personally. I got you.
Okay, thanks, because I don't have their info.
Yep, I got you. I'll put you in a group chat with Trent. That's the CEO, and then I'll let him take it from. He'll do a much better job presenting it than I will. So I'll connect you with Trent.
Okay, thanks.
So let's take it from step one, right? Let's say you're here and you're like, I don't know what to post. Pull up Chat GPT. I don't know if you guys use it. You should be using it and talk to it. Say, hey, I want to come up with a video idea. This is where I live. This is where my mind's at. This is what I think I can do, and have it give you some video ideas, right? Pick out 1, 2, 3, as many as you'd like. Schedule it, time block, make time for it. Go to the site, go to the local business, the house that you want to showcase, record the content, upload it to Social Realtor, because that's what I do. And then it's out of sight, out of mind from there, guys. If you noticed, you weren't involved you weren't involved from start to finish. You were involved from creating the idea, shooting the idea, sending them the idea, and they take it from there. For me, before I met them, I was doing the entire freaking thing. So I was on CapCut trying to edit it, trying to put transitions, and I'm a very mediocre editor. I wouldn't say it's my strength, but I can kind of do it. Of course, it saved me hours a week, because now I can focus on what we've been talking about, is consistency and doing more at a time. I'm not trying to personally be hands-on on everything. I'm not trying to send out tens all the time. What I'm trying to do is send out multiple content to them so that I can have it out of mind for the entire week, right? Then I can add my personal touches. I can do my stories. I can do posts here and there. But now I'm combining my stories. I'm combining my personal posts. I'm combining the posts that I'm sending to them. And now suddenly you look like a rock star on social media, and people think, holy moly, this guy's cranking it out. You hate CapCut. CapCut, it can be a pain in the butt. I think the first time I tried to shoot a video on there and then record it myself, dude, it took me at least, and I'm not exaggerating, at least 3 hours. Um, I'm not that good at. Not now I can do a video a little quicker, especially since working with the guys. You know, maybe sometimes I'll chop it up, I'll tighten the video up, and then I'll send it to them for them to edit it. But if it's short clips, I send it to them and they take care of everything. All right, what else are we at? Leveraging social. I've been yapping about them already, but again, you guys get the point. They're here as a resource. If you guys have not spoken to them, what I'll do is actually, hold on. I think, oh shoot, hold on. I don't want to mess this up. Here's what I'll do. I'll post in the group. I don't know if you guys are in the group, but I'll post in the group. I'll CC Trent. I'll shout out, hey, we did our presentation today. It was a success, I hope. And then I'll let you guys take it from there. Shoot Trent a DM, and then he can get you on board with the team for a consultation. That's what I did. I did a consultation. And to be fair, I probably sat on it for like a month. And then New Year's came and I was like, I need to double down on content, and that's what I want to do. So I jumped on board with them. First, I was a user, and then he approached me to do this with the group. So very flattering. It was a good experience to start off with them and kind of come up to this point. So again, recap. We'll end the call in a little. I have a few more slides, I think, and then I'll let Trent take it from there. Let's see, what else do we have? Final words. I will say ChatGPT said this, but I'm going to act like I said it. Most people are waiting for perfection. They'll still be waiting. You'll be 50 steps videos ahead, and you will always win through consistency. So to kind of bring everything together, guys, I think the consistency word has been repeated many, many times. Repetition has been repeated many, many times. I think if you guys were to have a key takeaway for the day, it's be consistent, put your reps in, and it's all going to make sense for you guys. I won't reuse the gym analogy because you've heard it enough for today's call. But that's about it, guys. That's all I had for you today. Thank you. Any questions for me, guys? We have a few more minutes left. Yeah, it didn't take too long, but the floor is yours. Do you guys have any final questions for me? I'm all ears.
When you say that you go through Facebook, so you do live, or do you do just story? Because I've been doing Facebook for the last 15 years, but now it's not working.
So in my opinion, when I started, I was doing a combination of lives,
Okay.
I was doing stories, and then I started putting shorts because shorts were relatively new at the time. So to me, I was like, I don't want to do videos. But then dude, people were cranking out these shorts and they were getting lots of views. So I was like, okay, I gotta embrace it. I don't like it, but I gotta embrace it because lives and posts aren't gonna do it anymore. I think you gotta pump out some shorts, and I think that's gonna probably be the next thing for you, Rosanna, is get out some more shorts, uh, specific topics, maybe again, talk about real estate. It's your expertise, right? A lot of times we overthink what we should share with the consumer, but at the end of the day, we're experts, and even the basics, what's basics to us is probably something very complicated to them. So I would just say write down 5 video topics on what you want to share with a consumer. It could be very basic, but you'd be surprised on how much value you can provide, even with something that's, entry level for us. Does that help?
Yes. Thank you for that.
Perfect. Of course, of course.
I never done church, but I'm gonna look into that because
Give it a try. It's a little
I will.
intimidating at first. Like I said, I never posted my first video that I shot, and that was like, I'm gonna say like four years ago.
Mhm.
It's saved somewhere in my database. But man, it was painful watching back the video. I was like, oh my God, I'm so awkward. I can't, I was so stiff. I was like, hello, my name is Michael. I was like, that's not me. I can't post that.
That's
Um,
me.
and listen, the more you do it, the easier it's gonna get. You know
Yes.
what I mean? Like I did my first presentation with these guys, and I feel like my second one, I'm kind of getting into the rhythm of, presenting a little bit better. But again, I'm hoping to get better on my third one, fourth one, because with reps, you're gonna keep getting better.
Well, you know what? We don't even know it. You've never done it, so don't say it. Just keep
I
doing it.
appreciate that. Yeah, no, I appreciate. Again, I'm very open, right?
No,
Because
I appreciate that. I am, but you are, for me, you are an expert. So,
I appreciate. I'm just trying to use myself as an example.
well,
You know,
that's very good. I appreciate it.
I'm doing all of this stuff, and I will humble myself and say I'm not an expert presenting, but that's for me to encourage you guys and also say,
Exactly.
okay,
Exactly.
let's say I've never done video. If Mike can do presentations, I can at least do a 60-second video.
That'll work. Well, Melissa motivated me a lot because she does so many videos and the way she does it, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I feel like I'm not creative. I know the chat GPT is there, but I feel like
Hmm.
sometimes, but like say, I go look others and I say, okay, but let me give an idea.
Yeah. Spot
And,
on.
and somehow if I put a filter, I'm fine with it.
You could. The team will take care of all that stuff for you.
That's good.
I'll make a post after we wrap up here.
Okay.
They can show you the back end. They can show you the process. You can even use my videos as an example.
Okay.
All the videos that I've posted, I'd say 9 out of 10 of the videos they've edited for me. So you can use
Appreciate
my
it.
account as an example if you want to see what the guys have done for us.
Okay.
Um, I don't know if you've met Sal. Sal's on my team. Actually, he's the other coach in the group.
Okay.
He's a younger guy, but he's very social media savvy. He ran a clothing line that's had,
Really?
I
Mm.
think, a little over 1 million views at some point. So again, he's very sharp with social media too. If you want to look at his account, my account, Melissa's account,
Oh, I will.
you can use all of that as reference. And if
Yes.
you can get an idea out of one of our videos, please
Yes,
use it and
I will.
yeah, replicate it if you want. By
I
all
will.
means.
That's how I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm still a long way down, but with your expertise and your knowledge that you are giving us, it's good.
I appreciate that.
No, no, thank you. You're taking the time, and more people need to come. We're just gonna advertise it more.
Of
So
course, yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the goal is to have more people in the room.
yeah,
Of course,
yeah,
I can only share what I know.
yes.
If we have 10, 15, 20, 50 people in the group, man, we can get some
Oh
good ideas
man,
rolling and we can start,
exactly.
helping one
Exactly.
each other grow with social media
And
and videos and all that stuff.
we will next time. We just want to promote it more. I would say I did not, but I will make sure because I thought it was last month, so I guess that's maybe a little behind. And then Melissa put it on
Mhm.
Facebook, and I'm like, oh.
Yep.
I'm glad that I was able to make it, and we're gonna promote it because I think you have wonderful idea and wonderful insight that can help us to become more a better expert. You
Uh,
already said that we don't have to be an expert, we just have to be ourselves.
no,
That's
no,
it.
just be yourself. You don't overcomplicate it. You know, when you start building out this fake identity that you want to
Exactly.
be,
Exactly.
it's not going to work. You just stay true to you are, be yourself, be authentic, post, again, I don't know what hobbies you're into, but just post it out there. People are going to connect with you.
Well, I try not to put my whole life. I don't like it. I do more
I
church.
understand
My habit
that
is
too.
to buy clothes. They always say you always lose on that. That's my habit.
That's
You know,
awesome. Well, here's a
you
video
know.
idea. You want to get a day in the life. This is how I pick out my outfit. Record it,
Okay.
go
I'm
out
gonna,
there. I like this one. This is how I get my outfits together for real estate. And dude, that'd be a
okay.
fun video to make.
That's a good idea. I never thought about it. You know, I have a really bad credit. My husband, why are you posting that kind of stuff? That don't mean nothing for what you're doing in your business. I'm like, leave me alone.
Dude, I every month my family and I get a snack box delivered and it's snacks from like different countries.
That's nice.
And my family and I we do live videos with that and that has absolutely nothing to do with my business.
Mm-hmm.
But what's crazy is when I go out to I
Mm-hmm.
I used to be a bowling individual. I used to be on a
Okay.
bowling league. And the
Okay.
guys, when I show up, they're like, "Hey, where's your video? We didn't see your snack box video or
Wow.
nothing like that." So I was like, okay, I gotta keep doing these snack box videos because people love them. I mean, even my boss loves it. She's like, hey, that looked like a good one. Or
That is
or if it's
neat.
not a good one, she would say, oh, that looks like a bad box. I'm like, yeah, it wasn't that great.
You know, it's so funny because a lot of my clients, I never put in the Facebook to be my friend. And then I say, hey, we need to be friends. They say, but you know, Rosanna, I've been watching you all this time. I said, you've been watching me, but you not even said nothing. People still be watching, even though, you know,
Course.
they be looking all your sailing at that we be putting. Melissa motivated me like in floor. I mean, they
Mhm.
told me they're pro on doing
Yeah,
what they do. And I'm gonna be watching you now.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank
Well,
you,
thank you so much.
guys.
Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, if you guys need anything, again, you know where to find me on social. Shoot me a
Yes.
DM, send me messages. I try and make myself very reachable.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, thanks for coming. Hopefully this is a
Thank
good
you. We
presentation
look,
and
yes, yes, sir.
we'll see you on the next one.
We will.
Take care,
Yes, sir.
guys.
God bless you. Thank you.